Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. I pulled into my parents' driveway and knew immediately something was off. My sister's car was there, her husband's truck, and a minivan I didn't recognize. Through the front window, I saw small shapes moving fast, kids running. I looked in the rear view at my son in the back seat. He was 7. He had a new sweater on, his hair was combed, he was excited. "Is that my cousin's?" he asked. I didn't answer. I just sat there with the engine off, cold air bleeding through the vents, watching those little bodies dart past the Christmas tree. 2 weeks earlier, my mother had called me. "We've decided to keep the party adults only this year. Just easier, less chaos." I'd said okay. I didn't fight it. I made other plans for my son that night. A sitter, a movie, popcorn. But then, my sister posted in the family group chat 2 days ago, "Can't wait for Saturday. The kids are so excited for grandma's." I texted my mother privately. I thought it was no kids. She replied, "Your sister's situation is different. You understand?" I hadn't responded. Now I was sitting in the driveway and my son was unbuckling himself because he saw his cousins through the window. "Stay here a second," I said. I walked up alone. The front door was unlocked. I stepped inside and the warmth hit me. The fire, the lights, the smell of cinnamon. My sister's 3 kids were on the living room floor ripping open what looked like early presents. My mom was in the kitchen doorway laughing. My dad was on the couch with a drink. My sister saw me first. She smiled, but it was tight. "Hey," she said, "you made it." My mom turned. Her face did something complicated, guilt mixed with defiance and then smoothed over. "Where's my grass?" from the couch, not getting up. "In the car," I said. "Well, go get him," my mom said, waving toward the door. "Dinner's almost ready." I didn't move. I looked at the kids on the floor. I looked at my sister. I looked back at my mom. "You said no children." My mom sighed, like I was being difficult on purpose. "I know, but your sister needed help with hers, and it's Christmas, and what?" My dad set his drink down. "Don't come in here with an attitude. You're here, aren't you? The kids are here. What's the problem?" I looked at my sister again. She was studying her nails. "Why do hers deserve to be here?" I asked. And mine doesn't." My mom's mouth opened, then closed. My dad stood up. "That's not what we said," my mom tried. "It's exactly what you said, in text. Her situation is different." "Different how? 'Cause she struggles and I don't? Because you feel sorry for her? Because her kids are more fun? What's the difference?" My sister finally looked up. "Don't make this about me. It is about you. It's always been about you." Silence. The kids had stopped playing. They were watching us. My dad pointed at me. "You need to calm down." I am calm. And I was. I was so calm I could hear my own heartbeat. "I just want to understand. Tell me why her kids get to be here and mine has to sit in the car." My mom's voice got small. "Because these children deserve to be here. They need family. They need stability. Your son has you. He has everything. He doesn't need this the way they do." I nodded slowly, like I was taking in information. "Okay," I said. "I understand." Relief flickered across my mom's face. My dad sat back down. My sister looked away. I pulled out my phone. "What are you doing?" my mom asked. "I'm ending your support." My dad laughed once, sharp. "What support? You don't support us." "No, I support them." I looked at my sister. "I pay for those kids' after-school program. I pay for their winter coats. I paid for their dental work last month. I've been paying for 3 years because you said you couldn't." My sister's face went pale. "You wouldn't," she said. "I just did. I just canceled the autopay. Check your phone. It's probably already there." She grabbed her purse, fumbled for her phone, stared at the screen. My mom started talking fast about how I was overreacting, how this was cruel, how it was Christmas, how we could talk about this later. My dad was standing again, pointing, his voice louder now. I didn't hear any of it. I turned and walked out. My son was still in the back seat, playing on my phone. He looked up when I opened the door. "Are we going in now?" "No," I said. "We're not." I drove to a diner on the other side of town. We got a booth by the window. He had a burger and a milkshake. I had coffee. We played tic-tac-toe on napkins. He asked why we left. I said Grandma wasn't feeling well. He accepted that. My phone buzzed for 2 hours. Texts from my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother-in-law. I didn't read them. Eventually, they stopped. On the way home, my son fell asleep in the back. I kept driving slow. The streets were quiet. Porch lights blinked red and green. I thought about the coats I'd paid for, the dentist, the after-school program. I thought about my sister checking her phone. I thought about my mom's face when she realized I'd meant it. And I thought about how I didn't feel angry. I didn't feel sad. I just felt light, like something heavy had been sitting on my chest for years, and I'd finally put it down. When we got home, I carried my son inside. His head rested against my shoulder. I tucked him in, still in his sweater, because I didn't want to wake him. Then I sat on the edge of his bed in the dark and listened to him breathe. It was Christmas.